Hi, in this lesson we're going to go back into assignment number 5, which was the assignment that had a bomb, a gun, and a weapon as classes. We're going to take this weapon abstract class and we're going to turn it into an interface and then develop the bombs and guns from there. So instead of destroying everything and overwriting it, I'm going to make a copy. So let's go to the folder for assignment 5 and choose copy, and let's go to edit and choose paste. Now it's going to ask you what assignment number you want to name it. So let's call it assignment 5 and change to interface or something along that line so you know what the new assignment's about. Okay, so I'm going to open up this new project that I just created here. So we're going to remove this weapon and then we're going to create an interface instead of it. So let's take that out. Now we're going to create a new interface and we'll call it weapons interface. So this weapon interface is going to require a few methods. So I'm going to create 3 different functions or methods. One that's called fire weapon. The second one is also called fire weapon, but we are going to have a parameter called integer power, and then the third one is simply activate. Alright, so now this abstract method is gone and the interface is here in its place. Let's go see what happened to our bomb and gun. So let's go look in bomb. And you can see that this no longer works anymore. It says you have extended from weapon. Well, we can't extend from weapon anymore because weapon doesn't exist. Instead, we're using an interface. So we would say implements, and then we would have the word weapon. And what was that called? Interface. Alright, so now we have a function that is implementing a interface. Now we have bomb that says we have unimplemented methods. So let's choose that. So let's see what it says here. You don't have the activate in your weapon interface. I'm pretty sure we did have activate in there. What's different about it? Can you tell me? I see an interface. This is activate. Bomb has activate. What's the difference? Well, the difference is the parameter here. So the Boolean enabled is not mentioned up here in the interface. So I'm going to cheat. The instructions don't tell you to create this, but I'm going to do it like this because I want to have activate with a Boolean. Okay, just my design decision. So now all the messages go away. Let's take this one out. Okay, let's cut this one and move it to the top. Now the point here is that we have 2 different fire weapon functions. One of them says you're firing it with a power, and the other one is with no parameter whatsoever. So let's implement this guy with a print statement. Kaboom. And let's just say you were blown up. Alright, so let's go and fix up gun. We'll do much of the same thing here. So let's see. I'm going to pause the video and let you do some refactoring. Okay, if you'd like to see how it's done, I'm going to go through the refactoring for gun. First of all, we don't have any abstract class called weapon anymore, but we have an interface. It looks to me like everything has been implemented. We have 2 fire weapons, one with and without a parameter, and the activate is set. So gun was pretty easy. Okay, let's go look at the main program now and see what we're going to do there. Okay, the first thing I'm going to do is delete everything. So we're going to create a new list of weapons here. I'm going to create a helper function, and let's see, if you remember, static is required. Now what kind of parameter are we going to take? So we're going to have a weapon interface is the name for our type. So this is polymorphism in action again. That means we can take a weapon, and we know that there is no such thing as a actual weapon in here. We just have guns and bombs. So it's going to be passing in a gun or a bomb. So we're going to be able to call the weapon function fire weapon even though we don't know which one it is, either a bomb or a gun. However, we can do a check to see if it is a gun. Okay, so I can create a custom message. I'm going to put an if statement in to check to see if the weapon.getClass equals the class of gun. If it is, then I can say, be careful with that gun, it might be loaded. We could also do a check to see if it's a bomb and give a different message. But that'll give us the idea. Okay, the last part is we're going to actually create some instances of the gun and bomb and run them through the fire weapon method. So I have G and B as my guns. Now I'm going to not fire from this method. Remember, we could do this. We could say g.fireWeapon, and that would call the function that's found inside of gun. It would do this one here. However, what I'm going to use is this message up here, fire weapon. A little confusing, but to let you know that it's coming from a different place altogether. So fire weapon, and we're going to put in G. And the point of this is that fire weapon has a method in this function here that is polymorphic, which means it will take a weapon interface and then it will act on either a gun or a bomb. So what should we predict? So when we fire the gun, we should see this message pop out and then it'll fire the weapon. Let's go. So there, it does work. So the first one is a gun. It says be careful with that gun, and then it fires the gun. And then the other one is the bomb. Okay, let's return back to the document where the assignment is listed. Some things that you have to do with this project. Not only code it along with me, but I'd like you to draw up the UML class diagram for your solution. So show me how everything's related. Also, give me a description of where you saw polymorphism running and how did it affect your code. Give me your Java docs for all the classes that you created. So here's what you turn in: your UML diagram, your screenshots, your description, and then also the zip file with your source code. And that'll wrap it up for part 1 of this activity.